folding laundry. Listen, Nellie, my job is to protect you. I am your mother. That man might be okay. But I don't know him like that. If anything happens to you, nobody will blame him. It's me they'll point fingers at. I knew better than to argue further. So I cried into my pillow that night, not just because of the sleepover, but because it felt like she didn't trust me to be safe. But some things don't look like drama until you're deep inside them. Like when a small question turns into a silent war, or when a harmless request makes your mum start avoiding someone for no clear reason. That's what happened with Lisa, her dad, Uncle Frank, and my mum, Loretta. My name is Nellie. I am the only child of a single mother. My dad left before I was even born. I didn't know who he is. My mom, Loretta, has been the one taking care of me and making sure I was safe. I had no close friends, until one day a girl and her father moved into the house 2 blocks from mine. I was just coming back from school tired when I saw them taking their things inside the house. Then a girl about my age saw me and waved and smiled at me. Did too, and after that day, we became friends. Lisa and I became best friends sometime in 2nd term. We bonded real quick. She was quiet, sharp, and really funny in that calm, sarcastic way. Our friendship just clicked. Most days after school, we'd go to my mum's small shop where she sells her handmade bar soaps in bulk. Then we'd head to our flat not far from there. Lisa's dad, Uncle Frank, would usually pick her up around 6. He always greeted Mummy politely, said thank you for having Lisa over, and went on his way. Then one day, everything changed. It was a Thursday. The sun was hot, but the breeze was cool when Uncle Frank came to pick Lisa up. But this time, instead of just saying his normal good evening, he asked to speak to Mummy. They went into the sitting room, and I sat on the stairs, pretending not to listen. Lisa was outside the door already. I wanted to ask if Nellie can come and sleep over this weekend, Uncle Frank said. I froze. A sleepover in Lisa's house. I was already doing mental cartwheels. Mummy didn't answer immediately. Then Uncle Frank added, I know it might feel a bit strange, with me being a single dad and all. But if it helps, maybe you can come too. Spend the night with Nellie. That's when everything tensed up. Mummy gave one of those calm, polite replies that sounds like she's listening, but she's already made up her mind. I'll think about it. Work has been hectic lately. After he and Lisa left, the real drama started. Mummy, please now, can I go for the sleepover? I asked later that night, excitement still bubbling in my chest. She didn't even look up from her phone. No, she said, why? I pushed. She dropped the phone and stared at me. I don't like that kind of arrangement. A grown man asking both of us to come and sleep over in his house. It doesn't sit right with me. I frowned almost in tears. She stood up and started folding laundry. Listen, Nellie, my job is to protect you. I am your mother. That man might be okay. But I don't know him like that. If anything happens to you, nobody will blame him. It's me they'll point fingers at. I knew better than to argue further. So I cried into my pillow that night, not just because of the sleepover, but because it felt like she didn't trust me to be safe. But I respected her decision. And surprisingly, things didn't get awkward between me and Lisa. She didn't act funny or pull away. In fact, we got even closer. She didn't know what had happened, and I didn't tell her, not because I was hiding anything, but because it wasn't her fault. The only person who seemed to notice the shift was Uncle Frank. For weeks, Mummy started dodging him. She would act busy when he came, avoid eye contact, make someone else open the door. She wasn't rude, never that, but she was different. Uncle Frank noticed. Of course he did. Then one quiet Friday evening, he came alone. Lisa had gone for youth choir practice at church. I was upstairs. The windows were open, and I could hear them from the parlor below. Please, I hope you don't mind me asking. Did I do something wrong? Uncle Frank said gently. Loretta was silent for a few seconds. Then she sighed. Honestly, that night you asked us to sleep over, it felt off to me. I've had bad experiences before, so I just got uneasy. I was shocked. She told him the truth. That's not like Mummy. She usually keeps things bottled up, especially with men. Uncle Frank didn't defend himself. He just nodded. I understand. I really do. I wasn't trying to make you uncomfortable. I thought inviting you too would help you feel better. But if that still felt wrong, I'm sorry. Truly. There was another pause, and then he added something that really surprised me. If it makes more sense, maybe Lisa can sleep over at your place. They just love each other's company. I just wanted Lisa to have some normal teenage joy. After everything with her mom leaving. Loretta didn't answer right away, but her voice softened when she did. I'll think about it. And she did, a few days later. She told me Lisa could come for a sleepover, but at our place. I nearly screamed. Lisa came that Saturday with her overnight bag and a big smile. We watched movies, ate suya and ice cream, and stayed up gossiping about school. It was one of the best nights of my life. And after that, things started to shift. Uncle Frank stopped coming to pick Lisa every single day. Sometimes, Mummy would drop her off herself. They started talking more, just adult conversation. Shared laughs, advice about parenting. Eventually, Uncle Frank became family friend Lev. We would share meals sometimes. When he cooks, he would bring it to my mother, and my mom would do same. Technically, Uncle Frank and Loretta became close friends. The man could gist for Africa, and he always brought something when he visited. Plantain chips, groundnut, one time even a small carton of oranges. Mummy never asked for anything, but he just showed up with them. Lisa, on the other hand, was more than a sister to me. She has her own toothbrush, clothes and shoes in my house, including plates. On Saturdays, she would help me clean the windows, and we would gist and laugh. Life felt nice, balanced somehow. Now, I see things a bit differently. Back then, I thought Mummy was being dramatic. But she wasn't. She was being careful. If you are in my mother's shoe, would you have reacted the way she did? And in a world like ours, where women are taught to doubt their instincts, she trusted hers. But I also saw the beauty of giving people space to explain themselves. Because Uncle Frank wasn't trying to be creepy. He just didn't know how it looked from her end. And once he did, he adjusted. And besties, this is the end of this amazing story. You love this story, do well to subscribe, leave a comment, and of course like this video to see more stories like this.